y'all, it is the Southern Belle from Hell here, and I am doing something a little bit different today for the 50 States Build Challenge. Now, I'm originally born in Louisiana. I live in South Mississippi, just 20 minutes over the line, and I did my Mississippi build last time, and I've done quite a few houses for Louisiana already, but I wanted to make a new entry just for this challenge that I haven't done, which is a swamp camp, or I call it a camp because there's a ton of those. So right now I'm just putting in a little swamp and a raised area for the actual camp house. It is very detailed. I had a lot of fun adding in a bunch of greenery and just having this overgrown look. This lot is in Moonwood Mill because just aesthetically it reminds me of Louisiana, like deep in the swamps. Like, even though it is daytime, it still looks darker compared to the other worlds. And even like in the swamp, because we're so covered by trees, it's not that bright. And not until like you're in open water does it seem to be bright. So I'm just doing like a little house. It's just one bedroom, really it's just a 3-room house. It's one bedroom, bathroom, and the kitchen and living room together. Absolutely love the roof. It reminds me of a lot of houses on the swamp that I've seen. And it's very different from the New Orleans style houses that I've been doing. The styles of houses in this state just ranges. I mean, it's kind of amazing. You have like your old Cajun country camp houses like this, and you have your huge, gorgeous antebellum French, Spanish style Creole. You know, that whole mixing pot worth of styles there. I would say I have like inspiration from like a picture or something, but I really don't. This is just kind of from the past, like different places I've been to or driven past. If you can tell by my voice, I don't sound Cajun. I have a little French in me, but my boyfriend is Cajun. He is from South Louisiana. He was born and raised in Bush, which is about 45 minutes from New Orleans, maybe a little less actually, just depending on where you go. So this is just from memory, kind of just referencing different things. So right now I am beginning on the outside. The outside takes me a lot longer than the inside on this build because I just fill this whole area up with cypress stumps, cypress knees, cypress trees, and we also have a lot of pine trees down here. I put a couple of pine trees from the debug menu. Now, I love that cypress tree that just curves around. I like to put it on the corners of, the little ponds I put on lots. I've used that before. I think it was the Green Witch Hemford on Backley cottage. And it looks so cool. It looks perfect for what I'm trying to achieve. Right now, I'm just kind of like filling up the area with plants and things that I'm going to use. It's not all put together yet. I'm just putting it out there so I don't have to keep looking over and over in the build menu. I knew I wanted to use a lot of ferns and greenery, tropical plants, some dark grasses, and I just put it all out there so I could just, scroll over there and pick it up, resize it, reshape it, use the tool mod to, put it up and down the bank. Now the bank was difficult, and you'll see when we get there what my struggle was. We don't have a lot, we have a lot of flowers. I did put a little magnolia tree there, but at least in the swamp, just everything is all green. We have a lot of wild ferns that grow, so I put some ferns in there, but I also found this agave plant. We don't have agave, but there is this fern that grows, and anyone that lives in Louisiana, or you've at least driven through here, especially in South Louisiana, on the interstate, the sides of the interstate's just covered with these ferns that are very sharp. They look like cactus plants, but they're not. So if you're wondering why I put an agave plant there, that's why. It looks like what ferns we have a lot of around here. I couldn't find a fern that looked close enough, so that's why I used that. But I use every type of fern in the in the build by menu. So this is the agave plant I was talking about. We have ferns that look exactly like that, but it's not a cactus. It's just very sharp edges that are leaves, but they're very stiff, They're not leafy like the other ferns. I put a lot of dry grass, and honestly, the dry grass, I work forever on it when I get to it. This right here, I'm trying to just put on the sides of our little swamp so it looks more overgrown. I'm playing with the reeds, and for some reason the lily pads would not sit on the water, so I had to move it down using tool to get it to sit where I needed it to. I don't use a whole lot of vines, but I wanted to use some around the house and look like it's growing out towards the bank. I hardly ever use this type of grass, but because to me it doesn't look realistic at all. But I felt like it fit in with this kind of boggy, swampy, almost creepy look that I was going for. I love the ground cover vines. They look so realistic. And I do put some vines around the porch and around the house itself. I try not to overload it because even though we have a lot of vines, this is a pretty small camp house. If I put too many vines on it, it would just look, like a hobbit hole. And I need to build a hobbit hole, but today's not the day I'm building a hobbit hole. I have so many ideas for a hobbit hole, and I love watching the hobbit hole builds, but not today. Not doing it today. So I'm just putting this creepy clump of grass into the ground because I don't want it to sit on top of this rolling, I wouldn't even say hill, mound, basically. We live in a very flat area, so the areas that are lifted, it's because that swamp's been there a while and it has carved away and it looks like it's a hill, but really no, we're still way below sea level. So just adding different ferns, darker ferns, the green ferns, give it that real out in the boondocks type of look. Just trying to find the right word there. And of course, I was thinking about swamp people the entire time I was doing this. If I have any swamp people lovers out there, it's I miss that show. I think it's still on, but I watch mainly streaming services now. And I met Troy Landry before, and he is such a sweet guy. He does a lot of like tours around Bass Pro Shops in Louisiana, and we have a ton of them. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting that dry grass on top of each other, because where the bank is and the shade of the ground, kind of that red dirt look, I could not change it no matter what I tried to do. But that looks nothing like Louisiana. The banks, like the sides are, covered kind of with mud and dry grass and greenery. And it would be great if I could have shaded. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've noticed I've gotten so many new subscribers in the past few days. Well, so many for me. I've gotten 7 in the past couple of days. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the support, and just keep watching. I have so many more plans in the future that I'm going to execute pretty soon. So back to the grass. To me, it looked more realistic to have this grass there instead of the shade of that ground, because we don't have dirt that looks like that in the swamp. Maybe in North Louisiana, but not down here. I'm from North Louisiana originally, and we have some actual hilly areas, but down here, it's flat, so you're not going to see a whole lot of huge indentions that have red dirt like that. It'll be mud. All right, so I added some fish. I put a gator in there, mosquitoes. I'm just kind of placing the boat. I put an old truck out there, and I put a little area to have a fire and maybe cook the fish that they just caught. Now, I experimented a lot with this kitchen because I did not want this camp house to look luxurious by any stretch of the imagination at all. I wanted it to look like this is the fishing getaway. We're only here to fish. We're not here for, a luxurious vacation. We're here for some time away from home. So I put in the kind of DIY sink, and instead of an oven, I put a hot plate and a microwave, a little refrigerator, and I just try to make it look simple. I do put a coffee pot there because you are not from Louisiana if you don't drink strong coffee, particularly community coffee. There is some argument about that, but my future father-in-law, he works for community, so I gotta represent. Pretty simple living is what I'm going for here. Just kind of a way to retreat into nature. I put that little woodworking table out there, guitar, dartboard, that insect hive or insect keeper, whatever you want to call that. Because I was thinking, they're going to use that for bait. And I put a little fishing pole out there, So it's not necessarily like they're living off the land. This is just the Cajun retreat. That's what I should have called this. I have some wonderful friends that live in Houma, in Berwick, and yeah, that is some Cajun country right there. It's beautiful. And of course, there's a lot of swamps where I'm at right now too, but it's pretty heavy over there. It's really nice. So the blow-up bed I just thought was perfect, and I'm trying to put in some decorations, some simple decorations. I thought the tarp would be a good idea for a rug, but then I was like, no, that looks too like they're struggling a little bit too much over here. I don't want it to look quite like that. So I fill the area with some country rustic pictures and some boxes. Not dirty but not kept up is what I'm going for. And yeah, I found that rug and I was like, that's perfect. That looks woodsy. That looks, homemade. And little tool thing and some plastic plates, spoons and forks, so they have to do as little dish cleaning as possible. Now the bathroom, I wanted to make it look like it was just added on there as an afterthought. That's why I put the wall coverings the same as the outside. It was just like, oh, we can upgrade from this outhouse and actually attach a bathroom inside. So they have everything to do their laundry. It's not a whole lot of technology. Just a little old retro TV and a little old radio, and that's about it. That's kind of all they need. And right now I'm just trying to add little country decorations as the finishing touches. I've found that bug spray, and I put up mounted fish that is common in Louisiana: bass, catfish, perch. And the last thing I do is put in a little window on top. And that is the Louisiana Swamp House. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and please like and subscribe. Until next time, see you later.